Hey guys, welcome to day 3 between South Africa and the Sri Lankan side here in the Test Championship. Massive clash this one, the final one of our group stage before we hit into the Test Championship finals, and we'll know all about that stuff when we finish the conclusion of this game as to who will be playing who in the finals of the Test Championship. Right now it is Sri Lanka in a dominant position, 350 for 7, leading by 158 runs over South Africa, who only managed 192 in the opening game, in the opening innings of this matchup here. And we take a look here at the standings real quick before we get into any further action. It's that the winner of this game, you would think, is going to go on to progress in the Test Championship, especially if Sri Lanka win, they will 100% progress. But if South Africa can find a way back into the game and win from here, maybe they're a chance to progress as well. Or even the West Indies can still make it through, depending on how this result plays out. It is a very intriguing one to see who is actually going to end up in the Test Championship finals. We've seen some miraculous third innings performances and some miraculous final innings performances so far in this tournament, and right now we're seeing a really big 8th wicket stand here for the Sri Lankans. Lakmal's on 37 right now. Mbudenya 22 dropped. Oh dear, a big missed opportunity for the South Africans there. This partnership's got to be worth just about 50. There's a pull shot that again just falls short of fine leg. But the the Sri Lankan, sorry, they've got this lead up and above 200 right now. It's been a remarkable performance from ball one with, the ball in hand, and now with the bat. They had a really strong opening partnership as we see just the field to take the stumps off here. This is an interesting one. We're going to be sending this upstairs. Was this out or not? Gee, the bails come off then. When do they come off? Geez, and it doesn't really matter. It's not out in the end. It looks like he was just navigating his way into the crease. Strange ways to get out in this game sometimes. As the Sri Lankans surpass the 400 mark, this partnership now well beyond 50, as we see another outside edge that goes between keeper and second slip. So the lack of first slip fielder is the undoing here for the Sri Lankans. As we see Lakmal, that ball just carries. Doesn't quite get to him. He's on 49 at the moment, and Geedy bowling, and now Lakmal has brought up his 50. That one again, I think that might have been dropped. It certainly looked like it carried. It certainly looked very close. Anyway, Lakmal has a half century to his name. Sri Lanka 426 for 7 at the moment. A couple more runs, and this lead continuing to grow. It's up to 244. That's pulled and pulled well. And that will be 4 more for Lakmal. The Sri Lankan lead is huge. His partnership is huge right now. It's been quite an extraordinary run. The lead up to 251. And the biggest lead of the game by either side, obviously, and it's going to continue to grow in that way. 254 runs. It honestly just puts South Africa well and truly on the back foot, as we see a little edge through to the keeper and taken. So Rabada is able to get a second wicket for his troubles. Mbudenya out for 40, 446 for 8. Make that 447 for 8 at the end of the opening session there. That partnership worth 119 runs, and it really just puts the Sri Lankans in such a good position here. A 255 run lead as we begin the second session of play here on day 3. Sri Lankans with plenty of work to do. I guess they only need to take 10 more wickets to win this game. They've already got a lead at 258. But the South Africans will need to just bat and bat and bat. And I guess home soil is going to be a factor there. They're going to be able to, this is their home ground. They know that they can play well here if they can bat here on a consistent basis, for a long period of time there. Well and truly back in the game, or even forcing a draw if it comes to that and gets really deep into that final day. As we see, they look to get 3 runs here, and they do. The lead up to 65 now. That's another dot. Oh, they thought about the single. Oh, and now overthrows. So, not good from a South African point of view, with overthrows just happening there. What are we up to here? 462 for 8. The lead is 270. That one through to the keeper. And Geedy just getting ready to steam in for another delivery, and that will be the declaration here. So interesting three deliveries into an over that we see the South African declaration here. 67 not out was Saranga Lakmal, 4-6-2 for 8. They ended up with Karuna Ratne's the 113 runs, the lone ton scorer there, and it's a 270 run lead for Sri Lanka. Markram and Elgar come into the crease. Kamura going to be the bowler for the Sri Lankans to kick us off here. So lots of work for the openers here for Sri Lanka to get through for South Africa, to get through 270. They need to get to make Sri Lanka bat again. And there's an early edge and 4. So a little bit of luck for Elgar early. Now Markram the same, getting an inside edge. Not going towards the fielders. Plenty of work needed from this opening pair. They'd love to put on a sort of a 50 to 100 run partnership. Anything less than that's going to be difficult. That's an edge that just doesn't quite carry. But again, we've seen a very slow start with the run rate. There's a little bit of a hit on the pad. Maybe not quite an appeal-worthy shout, but the bowlers, again, have started very well here for Sri Lanka. 22 without loss, but 10 overs gone. So it's only 2.2, the current run rate. Just jumped up to 3 now with a pretty good over from the last one. But, lots and lots of work here for South Africa to do. Elgar and Markram, this will be a couple of runs. Well, they thought about the third, then said no. Settle for 2. 38 without loss. Edged and taken. And Elgar will depart. So the first wicket for Sri Lanka is down. They need 9 more to win, as they would be eyeing off a place in the Test Championship semis right about now. Elgar out for 26. It's 38 for 1. Oh, look at that shot. That's from Markram. It's absolutely smashed through the covers, and it's 4. So he's got a job to do. He started well, 24 from 74, spent a lot of time at the crease as well. And I guess time at the crease is something that's going to be critical as well in this innings. Given, if South Africa aren't going to quite get a massive lead, they can bat out enough time to force this game into a draw. We've got, 7 sessions to go in it. So it's a long time to be batting. But if you can just stick around and not lose your cool and not lose your wicket, and that's a quality shot for a couple more runs, another boundary, then maybe you can just give yourself a chance and give your side a chance. Now, does he go over cover? Does it have the carry? Yes, it does. 4 more for Markram. So another good shot. Up to the 40s, 47. Pulls it almost to the fielder. Gee, they get through with a single. And now 110 for 1, South Africa for the first time. You think are in the game, and an absolutely ripping delivery sees the end of another batsman. It's Van der Dussen, who's absolutely been clean bowled. Not sure what line he was really playing here, because the ball sort of went around the outside edge of his bat, but it swung in from that area. So definitely just no idea what Van der Dussen was doing playing that line. Markram picks up a single to get his 50. And it's South Africa at 111 for 2. Geez, that's not a wicket you would have liked to lose. I think Van der Dussen is the leading run scorer for South Africa prior to this game. So would have loved a big performance from him. Edged and gone is Markram. So another big wicket for the Sri Lankans late in the day. Markram out for 50. 114 for 3. So now du Plessis and de Kock. This is the experienced batting of South Africa here. Can these two get them out of trouble? They're 152 runs behind. And then, of course, they would need to set a target for the Sri Lankans to chase if they were then going to go on and try to win this game, because they cannot afford to draw. A draw will not see them qualify. They need to win this test. But first things first, they need to get themselves out of the trouble they're currently in and push themselves forward here as we tick over 50 overs here. That's close. What are we up to here? Final ball of the day. It's going to be Mbudenya to de Kock. And gets a full face of the bat on that one. They'll get a quick single towards cover. And South Africa will end the day's play 140 for 3 trailing by 130 runs. Plenty of work for them to do on day 4. 140 for 3 is where they are at stumps. A good start by Markram and Van der Dussen, but other than that, everyone still yet to get into the game. So it is Sri Lanka with a 130-run lead, and they need 7 wickets to win on day 4. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.